Okay, so I just need to add a little disclaimer, which is that so I'm giving all this dating advice, not all of it, but a little bit. And I don't really actually date anyone anymore. So um, do as I say, not as I do, I suppose would be the theory here. But yeah, I'm single. I've been properly single for like almost 10 years. Like, I have not had someone that I would call a boyfriend since 2010. That's not to say I haven't dated people or spent time with anyone, whatever, but like, have definitely been single for nearly 10 years. So, just want to give that little disclaimer there so nobody's, thinking that I'm some happily married person with 2.7 children and a white picket fence or whatever the current goal is for everyone. But anyways, I have had my share of experience. But yeah, single as the day is long, and Lord knows some of these days in quarantine are extra long. Okay, so let's talk about who pays for dates. Not necessarily in a relationship, but like the beginning of a relationship, or let's say first through third dates or something. So this is a little bit of a tough one because, we're all strong, independent women and all of that, but at the same time, we want a guy to pay for us. So, like I've said before, I do think it's important that when you're on a date, especially when you're first getting to know someone, never order something that you would or could not pay for yourself. You might splurge a little bit, like if you were just, going out for an average Wednesday night, not on a date, maybe you wouldn't order whatever, the more expensive steak or a glass of wine or something, but like don't go above what you would or could pay for. Um, because one, it's just rude to take advantage of someone. Two, more importantly, you might want to ditch out on the date, and you can't leave your server hanging. So, um, but at the same time, like if a guy asks you out, if he's the one to suggest it, then really he should be the one to pay. Having said that, if you're the one who asked him out, then you need to be prepared to pay too. Um, Most guys will insist on paying, and that's great. Good for them. If I'm out with someone and I know that I'm like super not interested and it's not, oh God, I have to sneeze. And like this is not going any further than this one dinner, then I will absolutely insist on paying for my portion, because I just don't want him to feel like I just used him for dinner. I mean, to be fair, it's not my fault that, he was boring at dinner, had nothing interesting to say, wasn't good looking, I wasn't attracted to him, whatever. That's not my fault, but that's just the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pay for my own dinner so he doesn't feel like I was taking advantage of him. Because if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be cool. So, um, but otherwise, I do like to. I like it when the guy pays it first, of course. But then once you've gone out a few times, I think it's also I think it's a little weird if the guy like always pays every time and like absolutely won't let you pay. Like that's a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like at first, I feel like he should be trying to impress me a little bit, and yes, paying for things is part of that. Not in the sense that like I think he should buy me gifts of whatever, but in the sense that like he's a grown man with a job, he can afford to buy dinner for two people. I think that that's important. Um, that sounds bad when I say it that way, but like meaning he can like take care of himself and occasionally take a friend out to dinner. Like how nice is it if you're going out to dinner with a friend and they're like, "Oh no, I've got it this time." Or like if you do that with a group of your girlfriends or something, you go out and you're like, "No, this one's on me, gals." Like it always feels nice. So, um anyways, like I said, just remember, don't order anything too crazy so you can make your escape. Let him pay if he insists, but also at least pretend that you want to pay. Like, come on, girls.